Hey everybody, Hunter Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook, Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
I got a Boston Butt here, about 6-pounder. I could have got a big one, but it's just me and her at the house here, so we're going to inject this with our little marinade, and then we're going to rub it down with our Boston Butt rub, which we showed you how to make both of these in another video on our YouTube channel. So look up our Boston Butt rub and marinade, and you'll see it all on there on that other channel. But that's what we're going to put inside here. We actually took some of this seasoning and put it in apple juice in this container, stirred it up, and now we're going to inject it. Then we're going to rub it down with our favorite rub. Come on over here, we'll show you what we're going to do. All right, here goes the first little plunger in there. We'll put it in slow so it don't spray back at us. This is going to be so good. But you guys need to hire yourself a Sheila to stir your seasoning so all the pepper and goodies don't sink to the bottom. Thank you, Sheila. You're doing a great job. We're going to get this baby injected. And this rub that we're putting in here is a kind of a culmination of all the different videos that I watch, from championship barbecue rubs to guys that were just doing it in their backyard, to, you know, real simple to most complex. And I took what I thought was the best seasonings and combined them into a rub to save you the problem of running around trying to figure out, how do I make a Boston Butt rub? Then I got thinking, whoops, I see that attack me. Then I got thinking, I seen everybody injecting apple juice in here, and then they tried to put in a little additional flavor, like some onion powder or something like that, and I thought, why not take the seasoning that's so fantastic and put it in the marinade? So we did. And I actually took a little sip of it in the last video. Oh man, you talk about good. Boy, this thing is fighting me if I can get her on that bone right there. And once we get this marinade put in here and get the rub on the outside, we're going to wrap it in cellophane and put it back in the refrigerator and let that marinade ease into all the fibers of that meat. And I think we're pretty close to being done here. There you go, Sheila. I think we're done. Because I have got this thing to where it's not wanting to take very much more marinade. And this is really going to make it juicy and tender and delicious. And there we go. Now here's our next step. I was going to save you this part, but I thought, you know, if I have to suffer through this, you do too. We're just going to coat the outside of this Boston Butt with some mustard. Get it on both sides. And we left our little fat cap on there because we're going to put that on the bottom in the smoker. We're going to cook it with this side down, the fat cap down. That's about all we need. Just some mustard, and all that's for is to make the seasoning stick, and it also has vinegar in mustard, as you know. Now let me see if I can get this jar open without getting too much gooey on the outside. This is that wonderful rub that we made. Man, that just smells so fantastic. And we're going to get this on everything. And then we're going to wrap it in cellophane. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then it'll seem like just an instant to you, but we're going to torture ourselves and wait 24 hours before. Oh, fight me now because we're on video. There you go. Then we're going to wait 24 hours, and then we're going to put a probe in it and put it in our little master built smoker outside. And then we're going to be set for about, they say do about an hour for every pound, and this is about a 5.5 pound Boston Butt. So, and there we go. Now let me wrap this up. Let me kind of get everything set, and then we'll turn the camera back on. All right, let's see how successful we can be at this. See if I can get my gloves off now and try to get that wrapped up. You think it's going to fight me? Or do you think I'm going to whip it? Hey, look at me. Looky here. We'll go a few laps this way. And then we're going to give her a quarter turn. I'm going to kind of go end for end just so I can cover all them gooey spots to start with. Then get her flat this way. That was easy. That was easy. Look at there. Man, oh man. Let me put a sticker on that and sell that at Kroger. And there we go. All injected. All seasoned up with our goodies. And this is going to be fantastic. Got her all wrapped up, ready to go in the refrigerator. We'll see you in about 24 hours, young man. Then we're going to stick a probe in that and put it in the smoker. Check out the other video on our channel, Custom Boston Butt Rub and Marinade. And you'll see how we took apple juice, took our custom butt rub, put a little bit in there, mixed it up and made all that stuff. We did it in 2 videos because we wanted you to be able to just go there and get the seasoning in case you want to cook a different process. But this is ready to go in the refrigerator and we'll be back in about 24 hours. We'll see you then. Well, it's been 24 hours. This baby's been in the refrigerator all wrapped up with cellophane. I just got up and kind of raked my hair parallel and threw on the shirt that I wear when I get to the smoker because that smoke gets in everything. We took it out of the fridge. It's still wrapped in cellophane, but make sure you put your Boston butt in some sort of a container when it's in the refrigerator because it sweats because there's a little bit of salt in that rub. Come on over here. Let's unpackage this little prize and see what we got. You can see there's a little bit of juice in here and a lot of juice in here. Let's unpackage this little rascal. Oh man, it smells so good. Just wonderful. Remember, we went about 3 different directions on this to get her wrapped up. This is the fun parts when you head to the smoker after a day. It's kind of like Christmas morning when you first wake up. See if we can pull that all up out of there. There we go. It's ready to go. This muscle right over here is really the most tender part. You'll notice it kind of breaks away from the rest. That's kind of like the tenderloin of a Boston butt. So let's put this in this little tub right here so we can carry it out to the smoker. And here we go. This is going to be great. Doesn't that baby look great? Got our meat probe in there. Got our pan of water down here, so we put a lot of moisture in. Remember, we put it the fat side down. In here we got some aluminum foil on our drip pan. Down at the very bottom we put some aluminum foil on that as well. Bye. I'll see you in a little bit. It should take about an hour per pound, and this is about 5.5 pounds. So I'm going to set it on 5 hours to start with. We turn it on. Set time 5 hours. The heat just kicked on, so let's set the temp at our magic 225 degrees. Actually, I'm going to back that down to 220. Low and slow, 220 degrees. In about an hour or so, when it builds a little bit of a crust on there, we're going to pull our little tube out from the side and put in our smoke pellets. I'll show you all about that in just a little bit, but for right now, let's let it heat up, go to 220, and let it cook and cook and cook. Then about 3 hours into the process, depending upon how much smoke we have on it, we're going to wrap it in aluminum foil to keep the moisture in there and cook it the rest of the way until it falls off the bone. Here we go. We'll see you in a couple hours. Well, all right, it's been 2 hours. And I don't just open this door for anybody. Normally I wouldn't, but you follow me on YouTube, so you get privileges. Take a look at this meat in here. Wow, looks absolutely fantastic. It's at 225 degrees in the chamber. The probe says 98 degrees in the middle of it. Now we're getting ready to add the first dose of smoke. Now, let me explain something. First of all, most people have smokers that they put wood on the side, it heats, and then the heat goes through the smoker and up out of the stack. But in order to heat it, they put in wood. So with heat you get smoke, whether you like it or not. This is what I like about these electric smokers. I know it's kind of more modern age and not the old traditional style, but I can put this on whatever I want with no smoke, and I can add the smoke when I want. This master-built smoker has the ability to add smoke without opening the door. Now, let me show you the little tube here. It's got little pellets in here, and I'm going to put this in the side down here and then turn it over, and when I do, it'll drop it right on top of the little plate that's right on top of the element, and it's mostly apple wood but with a little bit of cherry, and then it'll start smoking. Let me readjust the camera and I'll show you that. Alright, here's the little hole and here's our little tube. You just put that baby in there like so. Now when I turn it over, inside it's gonna dump the pellets. Just did it. Now I can turn it back. In fact, I can even show you the pellets are gone. But I don't have to open the door and let all the heat out to add smoke. It's not going to take long to put smoke back inside this chamber. It's kind of hard to see because of all the reflection on the glass, but I just put those pellets in there, and in 2 minutes it won't look like anything's happening. In 3 more minutes it'll be so full of smoke it'll be incredible. I'll show you in just about 5 minutes. See, it's only been 4 minutes and look at the smoke coming back out around the tube. That's because I got the draft shut off on the top. Now watch, if I open the draft, the smoke will stop coming out of here. See, it sucks it right in. But I want to close the draft because I want to fill the chamber full of smoke, and boy, it already is. Let me show you. Again, I don't show this to everybody. You don't think that smoker ain't working? Wow, that's beautiful. The thing I like about the electric smoker is you can add the smoke when you want. I love the other smokers. They're good and traditional that heat with wood, chunks of wood in a firebox over to the side. Only problem is, same thing with pellet stoves or them ones that have the little discs that kick in. Of course, they have a separate heating element, but you get smoke with the heat whether you like it or not. So I like having a little more control. It's not quite as traditional as burning with wood and heating your smoker, but that electric element will cook it right exactly at 225 degrees, and boy, it really pours the smoke when you dump it in there. I'll put about 2 layers of that on. I'm going to do it, and about an hour later I'll come out and I'll do it again, and then after about 15 minutes the smoke kind of leaves the chamber. Then I'm going to wrap it in aluminum foil. We'll see you then. Boy, what a great idea. Now I'm going to Bed Bath & Beyond and I'm going to find a little pan or a little crock glass that will fit in my cooker perfect. In the meantime, I'm going to do what everybody else does. Maybe that's why they do it. Of course, a lot of them got great big, and I'm going to just shove this through the aluminum and right into the meat. Alright, let's see what the probe says now. Boy, she's really climbing. 130, 140, 145, 150, 157, right at 160. It's getting there. 158. So I know that I got another 30 or 40 degrees to go, and here's the thing. It has taken about 5 hours to get it to that temperature. So I'm going to give it another 3 hours to where it's like a regular 8-hour cooking, low and slow, even though I thought I could get away with a slower or a quicker temperature because it's only 5.5 pounds. Well, it's finally out of the smoker. The last 3 hours I had it wrapped in aluminum foil because this pan wouldn't fit in there. That was kind of my plan, but I ended up wrapping it with aluminum foil. Come on over here and let's see if we can't break open this beautiful Boston butt. Well, let's see what we will see here. I got my little hot hand gloves on. Oh, look at all that juice. We want to keep that juice because we're going to incorporate that back into the meat. Boy, don't that look nice? Wow. Look at how that just pulls off of there. It's kind of hard to handle with these little mitts on, but look at that. They can always say, you can always tell when this bone comes out of here clean. Look at that. Wowee. Maybe I could have cooked it just a little longer to get a little softer, but I kind of like it the way it is. And here's the bark. Let me turn it back over again. Here's the bark that I got, which isn't a lot, but I don't like it burnt to death. I like it nice and juicy like this. And we're going to break this apart and pull it apart, and we're going to make barbecue, and we're going to make all kinds of goodies. See, this could have maybe stood another couple hours in there and even got softer, but it's good enough for me. Right, there we go. And it's hard to, you know, I can really get a hold of it and tear it off easy, but it's so hot because I just took it out of the cooker. And these pieces will actually come off of there pretty easy, but I can't get a hold of them with these stupid little rubber gloves. But there we go. And once I get this all shredded, get the juice back in there, we're going to have us some barbecued Boston butt. And I can't wait to taste it. I really hate to munch on camera, but I've been peeling this stuff off here and dipping it in that juice. It is so fantastic. This is really, I'm kind of confessing to you here, this is my first attempt at a Boston butt in this little electric smoker. So I hope it turned out right. Like I said, it could have been another couple of hours to get even more soft to where it just falls apart, but it's plenty tender. So when I eat it, it just melts in your mouth. I hope you subscribe to our channel. There's little Shotgun Red. He'll pop up there about the last 20 seconds or so up in the corner. And we're also going to put up a little link there that shows you how to get to the Boston butt rub recipe, because you got to try that. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee, saying I hope it turned out for you as well as it did for me. You can always modify anything. Cooking times, temperatures, everything. Make it your own. Sheila did a great job, babe.
Well, thank you.
Let's have us some pork. And I'm going to shred a bunch of it over to one side and put some of my barbecue sauce. We also have a custom barbecue sauce on here too on our channel, so check it out. We'll see you next time right here with Cooking with Shotgun Red. And is this the best Boston butt you ever ate? If it ain't, it ought to be. This is Steve Hall and Sheila saying bye-bye.